Live, love Africa. What's your excuse for not coming? Please subscribe.
Hello, I'm amirdynast.
Greetings everyone, it is amirdynast Search for Uhuru. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started, make sure you go to amirdynast.com. Again, make sure you go to amirdynast.com. Buy some merchandise while you're there. This is the African Ancestral Spirituality Roll Call t-shirt. So buy one. In fact, I'm sorry, don't just buy one. You need one for yourself, but your cousins, your aunties, you know, the whole neighborhood, they need a shirt. So load up on shirts while you're at amirdynast.com. Also, buy some books. I'm an author, so please support and buy some books for everybody that you know. Okay, everyone you know needs a book and a t-shirt. Please join our email list. Again, please join our email list so you can stay up to date in regards to what's going on with Dynasty Amir, the brand. And then like, share, and subscribe to the content. Like, share, and subscribe to the content. So, you know, we really would appreciate your guys' support. It really means a lot. So again, like, share, and subscribe to the content. Patreon. Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Again, Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Become a Patreon. You know, support black media so we can continue to tell our story and share our own narrative. Today's topic. This is what we have to understand, people. All right. But today's, let me get into the topic. Let me tell you what the topic is. All right. So today's topic: stranded in Ghana, hundreds of Americans say U.S. failing to bring them home months into the pandemic. Okay. This is what we have to understand. All right. Just because you have this passport, again, just because you have this passport gives you the privilege to travel to other countries, many of them visa-free, with this passport, this U.S. passport, which as of today is weaker than the Mexican passport and the Nigerian passport, but that's another topic. But what we have to understand, that just because you have this passport and you're traveling while you're black, again, let me back up for a second. Just because you have this passport, this blue passport, and you have black skin, does not mean you're going to have the same protections or the privileges of people with a blue passport with white skin. All right, we protest about how we're being marginalized and discriminated against here in America, how we're treated like fourth and fifth class citizens as black people here in America. That doesn't change once you leave the country with this blue passport. All right, you're not going to have access to certain privileges and rights outside of traveling once you arrive in a country and something happens to you. I'm going to give you two examples. Bakari Henderson. Are you guys familiar with Bakari Henderson? Bakari Henderson, black man, young black brother who had a blue passport, who was murdered in Greece. Murdered for taking a selfie with a white woman. So some white men in Greece were upset and they killed him on camera, stomped him out on the concrete. These men, perpetrators, were Serbian. They go back to Serbia, they get tried, they're found not guilty. So they're on the streets right now after killing a black man in Greece who had this passport. Now, Greece is trying to get Serbia to retry him, but there's nothing they can do. Where's the American government at? So an American citizen gets killed in Greece. I don't know the extradition laws between America and Serbia. I don't know. But where's the American government at? Then you have Wendell Brown, a black man, gets wrongfully arrested and detained and sent to in China, black man who's living in China, who was teaching football, Chinese kids how to play football, American football. Gets arrested for defending himself, gets in prison for 3 years, 3.5 years. Where's the American government? And there's countless of stories. So again, just because you have a blue passport does not mean you're going to get the same protections and privileges of your white counterparts with this blue passport when you travel abroad. So let me jump into this article. Stranded in Ghana, hundreds of Americans, black Americans, okay, black Americans. Hundreds of Americans say U.S. failing to bring them home months into pandemic. New York. Noah Felder of Queens flew from New York to the West African nation of Ghana in March. It was supposed to be a 17-day trip to the country where his parents were born. On March 13th, however, Ghana's president closed the borders indefinitely and halted all flights into and out of the country in an effort to curb the spread of coronavirus. 4 months later, Felder is still in Ghana, stranded, he says, along with hundreds of other Americans. I think there isn't an urgency on behalf of the State Department to get us back. Of course there's not. Again, just because you're black and you have a blue passport does not mean you're going to have access to the same privileges and protections as white people with the same blue passport. I don't get it. Like we march for equality, you know, we march because we're tired of being marginalized and discriminated against. But for some reason, so we're treated like fourth-class citizens by the United States government. I mean, literally, there were laws on the books for years which discriminated against black people here in America. But we expect the same government who doesn't necessarily protect us here in America, we expect them to protect us when we're outside of the country. I think there isn't an urgency on behalf of the State Department to get us back, he told NY1 in a Zoom call from Ghana. Felder says he knows of 4 charter flights arranged by the U.S. Embassy in Ghana since April to evacuate U.S. citizens and legal permanent residents of the U.S. He says all were arranged on short notice and quickly sold out. The demand for seats far outstripping the supply. I'm still an American citizen. You're a black in America citizen. You're a black American citizen. Again, you're a black American citizen with a blue passport. Okay. I'm an expat. I need to be able to get home. I have my family in the States. I have my other financial district in the States. I really need to get home, he said. Nelson Denkwa lives in the Tracy Towers apartment complex along Mosholu Parkway in the Bronx, an area known as Little Ghana. For the large numbers of Ghanaian Americans there, he has dual citizenship and travels between the two countries. He has not seen his wife and 4 adult children in the U.S. since November. He's also stuck in Ghana and says many of the Americans who are stranded there are becoming desperate. People are on the street now. They don't have money, food, or a place to stay. Some of them were in hotels. Their stuff is being confiscated because they can't pay the hotel bill. Where is the American government? Denkwa said from Ghana on Zoom. Several weeks ago, Denkwa and other Americans petitioned Ghana's foreign ministry for permission to travel to neighboring Togo and fly back to New York from there. According to Denkwa, when they reached the border, Togo would not let them in. Denkwa says the Ghanaian travel agency that booked the trip charged $3,000 a person but is refusing refunds. Denkwa and Felder say the community of stranded Americans who are black, there we go, have come to believe the U.S. State Department will not treat white Americans the same way. Denkwa, brother, this has been the story of America since its inception. Of course they wouldn't. And I think us as black people, we should understand that and know that. This has been the story since the inception. Of course they wouldn't treat their white counterpart, the white Americans, in the same manner. Of course the white Americans would have been airlifted a long time ago. Only black people are left here, said Denkwa. Black Americans are among us, not just Ghanaians. 840 people here, and we still don't have an embassy to go to. Nobody is helping us. We just want the support as if we were marooned in China or somewhere in Europe. We want the same treatment. We just want the State Department to live up to their mission, Felder says. But we know America has never and will never live up to their mission. A State Department spokesman tells NY1 the department is entrusting its embassy in Ghana to help the stranded Americans, explaining, "We have no way of knowing in Washington, D.C. what's going on in Ghana." You guys believe that? Oh, let me read this again. A State Department spokesman tells NY1 the department is entrusting its embassy in Ghana to help the stranded Americans, explaining, "We have no way of knowing." So you really think, so you can't make a phone call to find out what's going on to the stranded black Americans in Ghana? What do you mean you don't know what's going on? We have no way of knowing in Washington, D.C. what's going on in Ghana. But the Americans in Ghana say that they go to the embassy compound. It is always closed because of the coronavirus, and guards tell them to go to the embassy's website to register and check for updates. Felder says that after appealing to U.S. Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand of New York and other elected officials for help, he got an email Monday from the State Department saying it has received an overwhelming number of inquiries from U.S. citizens abroad. You want to know how to get these politicians' attention? When you make the phone call, you're also going to have to send them a check. When you demand something from a politician, you have to either promise them some votes along with a check. That's how you get things done with politics. Outside of that, it's campaign season. They're like, we got to care. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to make light of this, but I'm being honest. Now, you think these politicians care? They're like, it's campaign season. We gotta focus on re-election. Well, yeah, okay, we'll take care of it. That's what they're doing. I'm just being honest. The department saying it has received an overwhelming number of inquiries from U.S. citizens abroad. The email directed him to call the Department Office of Overseas Citizen Services for help. Felder said he sees it as another runaround. Of course, it's high time that the U.S. government, the State Department, stop passing the buck to an embassy that is not at the head or at the seat of the decision making, and people come together and do what they're supposed to do, he added. The State Department says on its website that there have been 7 repatriation flights from Ghana, a number far fewer than from many other countries. And I'm going to tell you why here shortly. By comparison, through June 10th, there have been 45 repatriation flights from India, 60 from the Dominican Republic, and 99 from Honduras, according to the State Department. Because these are places where white folks go. That's why. These are places where white folks go. That's why there's been more flights. It does not appear there will be more flights from Ghana anytime soon. The website of the U.S. Embassy in Ghana says currently there are no U.S. government chartered or funded repatriation flights scheduled, nor is the U.S. Embassy in Accra aware of any other flight opportunities to the United States. All U.S. citizens and LPRs in Ghana should prepare to remain in Ghana until commercial air travel resumes. So what's the lesson learned, people? And I understood this years ago. That just because I have this blue passport does not mean I'm privy to the same privileges and protections of another demographic of people who have this blue passport. Again, it's called traveling while black with a blue passport. And black people, whoever watched this, you have to understand that. Okay? The U.S. government, they could care less that we built this country and we're ADOS and, foundational black Americans and our bones are buried here in America. They could care less. All right? You are on your own. You travel. These are the expectations, you guys. If you're black and you have a blue passport, and I came to this realization years ago. If you are black and you have this blue passport and you leave America, you are on your own. Outside of your extended family, friends, you are on your own. That's what we have to understand, you guys. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Go to dynastyamir.com. Until next time, family, Dynasty Amir, search for Huru.